Good evening and welcome to New York Crypto Talk. My second ICO review for the day is going to be about CoinMetro, totally different than my previous review. This is a tokenized exchange platform built by traders to simplify crypto. Basically, CoinMetro is a platform that looks to break barriers, kind of meld a couple of things together that are currently being done by other platforms or at least looking to be done by other platforms, and making one easy, simple to use exchange. So basically in their white paper they go through and explain how the digital economy is maturing and blockchain technology is changing the way we do business. The financial sector is leading the way in blockchain and digital assets, while some potential uses of blockchain technology may be years away. The digital economy is already here. So they want to bridge the gap right now between traditional and emerging asset classes. Experienced traders have teamed up. Basically, what they're teaming up with is they're teaming up with a Forex broker, which I will explain shortly, and merging that into this CoinMetro platform. And that will be an all-in-one solution geared towards maximizing client value. They'll have a rock-solid, user-focused framework that offers unparalleled mobility between blockchain-based digital assets and traditional markets. So it's a threefold process what they want to accomplish. One is a fast, intuitive exchange, very easy to be able to get through. A feature-rich trading platform offering unique digital asset investment opportunities, which I think is one of the key aspects. And then a turnkey ICO express solution. All streamlined in a stunning UI, fully integrated, industry-leading blockchain exchange. Basically, they will have their own digital ERC20 utility token called Coin. And what they want to do, and one of those feature-rich items, is a exchange-traded crypto fund similar to an ETF, which has been talked about in the past few months, as well as a tokenized asset management platform, which is very, very cool, and I'll go into that. They are partnering, as I mentioned, with a Forex partner, and that is FXPig. And FXPig has been around for a couple of years now, and basically they're one of the leaders in Forex for trying to make sure that everything is as visible and transparent as possible, and making sure that they partner with their investors and making sure that the trades are the best trades that they can possibly give. All my research has done that FXPig has a good reputation behind it, and they are the now going to be merging with CoinMetro basically into one platform, or at least CoinMetro will be on the FXPig platform, vice versa, and they're going to be interchangeable basically. So what CoinMetro wants to do is move some of these people who think getting into crypto is hard. So, and moving your assets is hard. So as most people know nowadays, they have to go from Bitcoin in Coinbase for most people, from Bitcoin to an exchange to another crypto. They want to be able to have fiat management. So there are a lot of things that are going on with this platform and how they want to basically revolutionize the crypto exchange. So what I would compare this to, and where I would think this is going to kind of compare with leading platforms right now, is Coin or Cryptos, and the Liquid platform, which is they're looking to do the World Book, and they have an ICO model based off of their exchange, which I believe did a successful ICO so far. Is kind of similar because they also have Forex people kind of manning the helm So they have a jump on the game, obviously, but CoinMetro does have some really cool options, I think, that will differentiate itself, and it could be, another competitor, and competition is great. So, obviously, as you guys know, I am invested in Cash, and I like the Cash platform, but I believe CoinMetro has different ways of trying to overcome things. So here's a little bit of a roadmap. And this is a little funky, this train, so don't mind this. So pre-token sale start, token sale start February 21st. So the blockchain development for FXPig starts in March. They're going to be doing a beta launch this month. The coin is going to be tradable on CoinMetro in April. They're going to expand their licensing. CoinMetro is going to be they're going to have liquidity through FXPig. They're going to accept FXPig in June. The ICO Express launch, which is basically building ICOs directly on the platform, in July. Debit cards, full services, the TAM platform, which is very cool, in October. The ETCF in October. And then early next year's new licensing, and then shared development. So ICO, where is the ICO right now? If we go back to the top, right now it tells you how much has been contributed, how many XCM has been sold. So right now in euros, it's about $14 million in US dollars, give or take, is 11.6 million euros. 124 million XCM has been sold. The current price is 12 cents. Now, if we go back down to the breakdown of the actual token supply, the total supply is 500 million, which is it's like the tippy top. Usually, I do go to 1 billion depending on the cost and everything, but it is a good offering. 50% will be at ICO. Then you go, they're actually keeping some for the platform liquidity. So this is their buyback program, which is discussed further in the white pages. I won't be going too deep into the white pages for this because it does get very, very technical. It is very long, and I don't want to drag on. They do have a great jumpstart page, which kind of describes the whole platform on their website, so I'll try to go through that. There's a team distribution at 10%, as you guys know. I love that. Lower, upfront money going to the team. I know the team works very hard, but I do like that, most of the money is going back to the platform. Community rewards, there is advisor compensation, public pre-sale. So the pre-token and token sales, HR and development, marketing. So most of this money is going to reinvestments, legal compliance, and then they have some other stuff. So basically, they want a one-of-a-kind financial exchange ecosystem that will drive the future, basically. It will be decentralized, institutional grade order matching for the crypto space. So the comparison I would give here on decentralized exchange is the ones that are currently out there right now. What I also is very bullish on, like Nex. They are going to have buy and sell crypto, so they are hoping to being able to buy Bitcoin with fiat management, instant withdrawals using debit cards, give and take, crypto lending, which is kind of cool, making money, being able to kind of loan out crypto and collect money off it. They also want to do margin trading, which is something I've just been kind of looking into recently. Obviously, it's not available for me in the US, but high leverage crypto trading. So crypto meets Forex, which is very cool. The crypto ETF board, as I mentioned, allowing investors to go into a crypto ETF. Tokenized asset management, I will go into. Basically, it is a smart contract built for traders, and individuals can buy these smart contracts from traders and get money depending on how the traders do. And as well as the vetted ICO marketplace. So comparison would be as I mentioned, CoinX, Cryptos, also Dragon Chain is working, on their own ICOs and things like that. And a lot of these ICOs, if we go into the white pages, the ICO marketplace will be based on different platforms. It's not only ERC20 based. There is mention of NEM, NEO in the ICO, which is very cool. So they plan on being able to build in the ICO marketplace for other platforms. And then they talk about their team. Their team does have a lot of experience. Kevin Merchko was actually the CEO of FXPig and has a lot of experience with Forex trading. They do have a lot of crypto blockchain experts here. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not a big fan of the whole pictures here, but you can open up their LinkedIn profile. They do have a lot of experience, and it does go into this in the white pages that most of their team has extensive financial backgrounds. They do look for developers, good developers, of course, but their first goal is looking for financial background, and then they look for hotshot developers. So a lot of companies out there just look for developers and then go to a platform they might not have the experience in. So they're looking in the right direction, going from financial to development. And also they have a great advisory board. They have someone who is an ex-director of cybersecurity at McAfee, a lot of banking experience, crypto. There's a lot of Forex people here, trading, regulatory. So there's a lot of information out there from the team. As far as their different options that they have. So as I mentioned, here's the FXPig. They will be working, and if we go to their pitch deck, so I'm just going to go through this pitch deck. It's basically a one-stop shop to kind of explain you the project, how it works, and kind of what their main goals are. So existing platforms are failing to meet the needs of users. It's difficult to use, not accessible to the mainstream, poor customer service, limited support for fiat to crypto, obviously the biggest issue, lack of investment tools, long wait times, high fees, unstable uptime, lack of liquidity for growing number of ERC20 tokens, failure to adapt to regulatory changes. So this is a big thing they talk about in the white papers about being able to since they're coming from the Forex market, they want to become regulatory. They want to be approved by different governments and the different, CTFC and so forth. And then if you go in the news here, they basically say what people are complaining about getting into the market and what users are complaining about. Support, money, waiting for coins, approving button. So they kind of poke a little at the competitors there. So their solution. One, here's the different items here. Obviously, the decentralized exchange, which is fast, easy, secure way to buy, sell, and trade crypto. The trading part is going to be very easy to be able to use from beginning to pro. As I mentioned before in the past, I was a big fan initially of Cryptos when they had the professional UI. A lot of people nagged on it because it was very hard to manage. Obviously, people who are in Forex love that stuff, but what CoinMetro wants to do is be able to bridge that gap and have both a beginner working model and a pro one. Investment platform with the ETCFs and the TAM. And then deploying the smart contracts through the ICO Express framework. Exchange platform, fast and scalable, secure, low transaction fees, and the profit sharing to makers. So profit sharing to makers is basically some of the fees from the taker goes to the maker. So they talk about that more in the white paper. It's very cool. And they do want to be able to have off-chain transactions and atomic swap options. So they don't really go too much into the details of when this is going to be, but this is something that they are looking for. User-friendly, advanced tool set, customizable charting and analytics. They are looking at an HTML5 charting platform, I believe. As I mentioned, the margin trading up to 50x leverage, which is awesome. Obviously, if you're a good trader, that is. Matching engine supports standard and non-standard order types. They have some extra order types that are very interesting. Time-based ones as well. Some I've never heard of, at least in the crypto sphere. Easy lending options. As I mentioned, you can lend money. And then here they just this is just a little snippet. So TAM. So TAM, this is TAM. TAM is basically, there's an asset manager. They register and they work and create their own token. They get a token identified by CoinMetro, and basically they do their trading. They can build their, their different cryptos, almost like a fund. And then they, depending on what their gains are, the person buying it, the investor, can buy the tokens and then make money depending on how the manager does. And similar to how it works nowadays in funds, in regular fiat funds. And then the asset manager would make money off of this. So there were previously ICOs, I can't remember off the top of my head, but there was something similar to this where you can basically follow traders and make money off it. So very cool stuff. I think this is a very cool portion of the project, this TAM. So the managers, as I mentioned, earn a percentage of their overall gains based on the high watermark principle. Similar to a commission, investors benefit based on the growth of their investment. And there's low transaction fees and so forth. The ETFs are basically diversifying into a basket of digital assets, similar to a Vanguard of Fidelity funds. And you can basically invest into multiple tokens with one click. So they might make one that's healthcare related, IoT, fintech, so forth. So very cool. I love EFT stuff. I love funds in the regular sphere, even though I closed all my accounts and got everything into crypto. Yes, even during this very, very bear market, but it's still worth it. So having these crypto ETFs, very cool. The ICO framework, as I mentioned, integration with NEM, Ether, Neo blockchains. So they're going to work with being able to vet an ICO, make a smart contract, and create the tokens within a few clicks. The tokens are immediately liquid and tradable on the exchange after a successful ICO. So doing it right on the ICO, you can buy it. If you've been on cryptos before, you did the ICO for Gibraltar Exchange. Same thing, it'll be able to be available right on the exchange, which I think is fantastic, as opposed to having to send the funds, receive the funds, you lose funds, transfer funds, and by the end of it, you're down 10%. This way, everything's available right on the platform. And here's a comparison, just to look at the different exchanges out there. Here's Binance, Bitfinex, Crypto20, which I never heard of, and then Trade.io. So here you can see where it has fiat and crypto exchange, complete investment platform, so limited at Crypto20. I would have to look into that. I've never even heard of that. So turnkey ICO services, only available on CoinMetro. As I mentioned, it is available on cryptos. Off-chain and atomic swaps, that's awesome. ERC20 liquidity solutions, not available anywhere. And a multi-CCY margin lending. So it is limited on Binance and limited on Bitfinex. I have to look into that in Binance because I didn't think there was any margin trading. And then tokenized asset options. This is very cool. So their revenue model is basically all platform fees are charged in the base currency of the underlying operation, but converted on our exchange and paid to us in coins. So if you're making a trade on Bitcoin, they'll convert your Bitcoin exchange, whatever it is, the 0.1%, into coin, and then they'll use that coin, which will then increase demand for the token as the platform usage accelerates. So it's kind of a cool operation on how they work that. So basically, they're buying back their own token thus reducing the availability on the market. So it'll actually be worth more. And then the Bitcoin, I guess, goes back into it. And here's the roadmap, as I mentioned, the funky one from the other side. But here we're looking at, coin tradable, the debit card and the full services, the Express ICO launch, and then the two major, I think October, these two ETCF and TAM, those are major things. Of course, the beta is still very big launch as well. So here's just another comparison. You have your in-house token for discounted fees. So just like Binance or KuCoin shares, you can use XCM for discounted fees. There's the token buyback, as I mentioned. And then the token buyback, I think, also burns a percentage of the token. So that also reduces the tokens being in the market, which is even better. Supports crypto and fiat deposits, supports a wide variety of standard and non-standard order types, lending options, offers leverage, diversification, managed accounts with TAM, highly customized charting tools, drag and drop functionality, complete turnkey ICO. So here is where you're talking about, this is where the fiat management comes in Georgia and Estonia. This is where they're hopefully going to get their gateway to the EU bank relationships and be able to have their licenses and the regulators so they can actually do the fiat management. Hong Kong is where they're based out of right now. That's their main headquarters. The ICO is not available to U.S. residents, FYI. I do apologize, I didn't start off with that. But it is not available, sadly, right now due to regulatory and being them as a big pro-regulatory company. They do not want to jump on that train, so it is not available for U.S. residents. I will be waiting for this to come on an exchange. I would be putting money into this if I had the ability to. Sadly, I do not. So why now? Interest in the crypto is an all-time high. Obviously, current exchange platforms lack support, and that's CoinMetro is the way forward. So it didn't talk about the security here, but there is multiple lines of security, which I do think is really cool. Actually, it is on this little one-pager, and I promise this will be it. So CoinMetro, they basically have this really cool one-pager, and it kind of talks about the exchange, the great benefits of each parts of it, built by finance pros, strategic partnership with FXPig, no wait times, fair pricing, low fees, innovative trading options. This is the token asset management and the ETCFs. Here it talks about the leverage, the trading platform, the UI, how the token works, the long-term value of the token and the burning of the tokens, how it's liquid, how they're using 20% of the coin token to keep liquid, the buyback reserve fund, the ICO, and then here's the security. So as I mentioned before, it is very secure. I will then refer to cryptos because I know a lot of people complain about cryptos being very slow with certain things, and that is because they use cold storage. Basically, the funds are stored offline, so it's not an immediate transfer. Similar functionality should be with CoinMetro. They will be working with BitGo. And BitGo has an offline vault, which is basically cold storage. It's a multi-sig wallet. And that is what's here, the multi-sig offline cold storage. Majority of the client funds are stored in cold storage wallets, basically. They also have two-factor authentication and biometric authorization, which I think is very cool. So there's multiple ways of keeping this secure. They have PCI compliant partition servers and regulatory third-party audits. So it is going to be uber secure and feature-rich platform. And if you want, you can also become a coin ambassador and, referral links, basically. I'm not involved with that, but if you are interested, they do have some really cool stuff on their site. And their white paper is very long. Definitely read it. It took me about 2 hours to read it, to fully go through it, because I had to backtrack, do some research on things. I know Forex, but I do not know it to the extent that they do, so that is a great thing. So obviously do your own research, check it out. The ICO is currently ongoing. Let's see, does it say when it ends? I don't know when it ends, but all I know is they have sold 124 million and there's only 25 million left. So that means it could be going out of sale soon. So definitely check it out. I think the sale might be ending this week. So definitely check it out. Let me know what you guys think of the project. If there's any concerns, if you guys like it, love it, hate it, just shoot me a message. Would love to hear from you guys. Hope you guys have a great evening. I will speak to you guys in the morning. Take it easy.